Hi everyone, my name is Adolfo Garcia. I'm a mentor for CSLAP, and today we're going to be talking about the different types of loans and aid and other things about financial aid. So, different types of loans and aids. So let's go ahead and see what the first slide's about. So, financial aid and what is it? So let's go ahead and take a look at the FAFSA. What's a FAFSA? FAFSA stands for Free Application for Federal Student Aid. Must be done every year around October. It's best to do it earlier. I barely did it around maybe March. Pretty late, I know. You need your Social Security, method of application. If you want to visit and apply, go to this link here. Pause the video and feel free to go ahead and type that in. Specific documents that you need for it. So you need your taxes that your Social Security, your parents' FSA ID, and your FSA ID. Another way is a TAPA. Now, for those of you who are watching this and within the state of Texas, this applies to you. This is specifically for Texas residents. TAPA stands for Texas Application for Student Aid, TAPA. It's a state mandated and funded. There's no Social Security requirement, meaning if you're a resident, so if you're here undocumented or DACA recipient, you qualify for this. For those of you who are watching this video, all within the state of Texas, go ahead and visit your counselor and ask them about the TAPA if you apply. Here's the link for more information if you require it. The types of, so these are a couple of other things. Now we're getting onto loans and the requirements and so forth. So there's two types of loans. There's the unsubsidized and subsidized loan, and we'll get into that later. There's a promissory note, entrance counseling, interest rates, and repayment. So let's go ahead and get started into that. So what's a subsidized federal aid or federal loan? It says here, dependent on the cost of attendance and familial contributions and other financial aid, meaning it all depends on how much it costs to go to your school. Now, you're subject to 150% direct subsidized loan limit, DSLL. You are no longer allowed to take subsidized loans. Think of it as a safety net rather than a huge evil. While you're in school, you are responsible to pay the principal for this loan if you fall below half-time student, although you don't have to. A half-time student is someone who's taking less than 6 hours of college credit hours. Now, for those of you who aren't, you're perfectly fine. But remember, it's not obligated, but it's best if you do pay the principal while you're in school. Unsubsidized. There's no need to show financial need. It's available for both graduates and undergraduates. You can opt out to pay the interest rate while you're in school, but it will accumulate over time. Now, a term I want to bring up with you guys is something called deferment. Now, if we go back, we said that you're responsible to pay if you're half-time student. Now, if you, let's say, in theory here, you fall under half-time student and you're taking less than 6 hours, the first thing that will happen is that your financial aid will be stripped, so you're going to have to come up with the money on your own. Another thing is your grace period will then begin. A grace period is 6 months of time whether you can find a job, find a way to pay back the loans and so forth. And within that 6 months, you will not be billed or charged for your loans. But after those 6 months, your disperser will then be asking you to start paying back the loans that you borrowed. So let's move on. Like I said, you can opt out at any time, but it's best to pay it regardless. Keep this word pay, be on top of it. Promissory note and entrance counseling. So what this is, it's a legal document that states that for the next 10 years that you promise that you're going to pay back the government or whomever, regardless, whoever you borrow the money from, you're going to pay it back. It's also, you can also have an electronic copy sent to FAFSA, and what that will do is that will allow you to borrow the money. It's your pinky promise to the government saying, hey, I'll pay you back, I swear. Other methods of gaining aid. There's scholarships. The best part of scholarships, they're free. Grants, they're free. School aid, sometimes are free. But the University of Texas has what is called an emergency loan. What that is they'll pay for your tuition and anything that's left over on your bill. But within about 3 months later, you have to come back and pay that back. If not, they'll charge you a 30% interest, and they could stop you from receiving your grades, applying for the following semester, or they'll completely bar you from the school until that loan is paid off. What else can you use credit cards for? Groceries, minute things, just things you could pay back within the month, because credit cards are billed monthly. And the best part is if you pay everything by the end of the month that you used for the credit card, there is no interest rate accumulative, and it looks even better on your credit score. And work is a good way of getting funds, especially because if you find yourself a job that you really enjoy and it actually helps you get through college, it's amazing, because that way it somewhat eliminates the need of a credit card, but it'll also sometimes fulfill as a grant or as a scholarship. Not as much, but it's something along those lines. Here's some other information here. So it says here annual loan limits for federal Stafford loans. So let's go and take a look. So first year you get 3,500. If you're a dependent student, you get 55. Independent, you get here 95. Now let's take a look here. Second year you get 45. It's dependent 65. 55, 75. Now it says here for graduate students, even though it clearly states that this is all over here. Let's say you're capable of getting $20,000. If you're going into school, medical school, what other veterinary school, other areas within the health profession, you can get up to $40,000. For questions, feel free to email me or contact me on the CSLAP official website. My name is Adolfo Garcia. My email is there. Feel free to contact me at any times. If you don't, all right, keep your secrets and have a great day. Thank you.